Welcome back. In a positive move for pensioners, the Government Institution Pension Fund, or GIPF, has approved a 4% increase in monthly pension benefits effective 1st April 2025. The decision, backed by actuarial analysis and the fund's financial sustainability, aims to ensure pensioners maintain their purchasing power amid inflationary pressures. We're now joined in studio by Mr. Edwin Tjiramba, the GM of Marketing and Stakeholder Engagement from the GIPF. Good evening and welcome.
Good evening, ma'am. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. To start with, in your own words, just speak to us about the rationale behind this 4% increase and, of course, how it aligns with the fund's sustainability.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think this has become a custom for us. Each year, we have to think about what we can do for our pensioners. The fund has one of its value of care. And the fund has also set itself a very deliberate thematic focus of remaining member-centric. So our members are at the core of everything we do. In that regard, we have to always consider the purchasing power of our pensioners, especially in these volatile financial markets. How do they keep up? So the increment is a decision that is taken by the Board of Trustees each year on recommendation of a very thorough and diligent actuarial evaluation by our actuaries. So to come to that percentage every year, we have done this for consistently over the last more than 10 years, and that is what we do.
How do you ensure that these increases keep up with inflation, while maintaining financial stability for the pensioners?
Definitely, as you even mentioned in your intro, we have to look at the sustainability of the fund. So the actuaries look at a number of factors. What is the current asset value of the fund? What are our current and future liabilities? When we look at projected increases in pension increases, how will that be sustainable over the years? But more importantly, we look at the National Consumer Price Index. What is the current inflation at the time that the fund is considering the increase? This was done at the last board meeting of the fund in March of this year. But around that time, by February, inflation was around 3.6%. And so the idea is always to match or beat inflation so that the pensioners are just a little bit on the other side of the equation. So those are some of the considerations.
How will this increase impact, pensioners and beneficiaries in real terms, especially, with this current economic climate?
I think in real terms, and I like that question, because when you look at it, what we used to buy for a loaf of bread over the years, I mean, you could go to the store and with $10, you could get a loaf of bread and some change and sweets for the kids. But now bread is maybe about $10, $12, $13.
$14.
Yeah, $14, depending on where you are purchasing, which means a basket of groceries changes over time because of inflation. So what we are trying to do, what the fund aims to do by these inflationary increments, is to cushion the buying power of our pensioners so that at least they do not feel that pinch a lot when they come. The same $10, definitely, if nothing is increased, would not have the same purchasing power. And that is what we try to do over time. And that is not only the goods, but it's also services. They go for medical health care, they go for many things that also increases because of inflation.
Mr. Tjiramba, for those who may not fully understand the fund's processes, what assurances can you provide, to them in terms of these decisions to prioritize the well-being of Namibia's pensioners?
The fund is very unique, being a defined benefit fund. It's almost the only fund that provides pension increments to its pensioners. It is also the only fund that has a spousal annuity where, for instance, if your spouse worked for the for government and they're a member of the GIPF and you pass this on, that benefit per month accrues to you for life. It's also the only fund in the country that takes care of its children annuitants until the age of 25 or so, if they can prove that they are still in school. So definitely it is a fund that, that looks at its sustainability, because our benefits are guaranteed and are promised to our members. So we need to make sure that even if we give increments, it should not affect the sustainability of the fund going into the future. So giving these increments, make sure that we are a fund that cares, and we are a pension fund that makes sure that our pensioners are able to at least maintain that certain level of living standards.
Mr. Tjiramba, your final remarks this evening?
Final remarks is at least we are happy that we could do an increment for our pensioners. I know there are some who might say it's not enough. Definitely in today's real terms, nothing is always enough, but at least it's a fund that cares and that makes sure that something is accorded to the pensioners to be able to weather the storms when it comes to affording some of these basic necessities that we need on a daily basis.
Well, thank you so much, and thank you for your time this evening.
Thank you for having me.
That was Mr. Edwin Tjiramba from the GIPF speaking to us. We'll be right back after this brief break.